Guys and gals, ladies and gents, welcome to week 1 of Grit Bootcamp. Tonight, like you guys all know, we have the absolute pleasure and privilege to hear from, he is 100% on my Rushmore of GOATs to ever do this job. We get to hear from Brock tonight. So a couple things, housekeeping-wise, before we get into it. Number 1, we're going to start off with our raffle, okay? Guys, these are going to go every single week. So for those of you guys that are on the stream, on virtual, for those of you guys that are in person, every week, whoever is here before 7 will be entered into a raffle, and we will close it down at 7. So tonight, it was our first night. There was a few that got in, got their raffle ticket in by 7:05. We're going to close it down by 7. So we will raffle off 2 items every week, and there's some pretty dope prizes. So just a reference, so you guys have an idea. You will not want to be here after 7, I promise. Tonight, to walk you through a couple prizes in no specific order that we're going to raffle off. Every week we'll raffle off a custom grit piece. That'll be dope. And then we'll also raffle off, tonight we're raffling off some gritified AirPod Maxes. Someone's going to be the lucky winner. We'll give out an iPad mini for selling. Meta glasses, a Yeti cooler, a JBL speaker, another iPad mini, a Segway. Again, in no specific order, but these are getting raffled off every single week for those of you guys that are here before 7. Does that sound good? Hell yeah. Okay, I love it. Guys, within this Grit Bootcamp, just to give you guys a little bit of context, I am so excited for this spring training that we have lined up before going out and selling in April and May. So there will be this training done every single week, Tuesday at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. And this will be the basics. This is like Grit Boot Camp actually. So if you haven't sold before, or if you haven't sold elitely, over 2 or 300K, there's some fundamental stuff that I promise you can use some help with. So every single week, right, we're going to hear from this lineup, and I'm just going to walk you guys through it so you have an idea and a landscape. And you've all seen the flyer. It's in Slack. There was an outdated one. I'll resend the new one to either tonight or tomorrow. But the lineup is awesome. So tonight we're going to hear from Brock. He's going to go over mindset, mentality, intro to the pitch, and a couple things in between. Next week we're going to hear from another GOAT, Zach Seeger, talking about creating need and meeting need. After that, we'll hear from the greatest rookie of all time, Dallin Peterson, and he'll walk us through program and pricing. After that, Kyle Ring, a Golden Door winner. He'll go over closing and racking. After that, Tyson Fotheringham will train on negotiating. After that, we'll hear from 2-time Golden Door winner and former rookie and sophomore Golden Door winner Ryan Winfrey. We'll talk about mastering switchovers. Cody Olive will go through the sign-up process and getting referrals and upselling. More than anyone. That is the answer. 6. Another one on the Rushmore, on Mount Rushmore for me. Bennett Hayren going over situational selling, and then Bo Barbin will be our last training before kickoff week, and he'll talk about seizing the opportunity. So with that being said, guys, I don't want to take up too much of Brock's time, but there will be a few things that I really hope that you take away tonight, and I'm sure he'll get out in front of it, but I don't think that there was anyone in the company and seriously the industry that we could have trained on this topic that would be better at it than Brock. And I truly, truly, truly mean that. And guys, even just the whole lineup that I walked you through, people actually pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for door-to-door pest control courses that will be nothing like the training course that you guys will get to experience this spring just by working here. You guys show up to these. Do not take them for granted, right? Come ready to learn. Don't come to just check a box. If you are just coming to check a box, please don't come. And don't even hop on it, because you won't get anything out of it unless you are coming here seeking to get something out of it. But again, no matter how much you've sold well, you've sold elitely, you've sold decent in a summer, I promise, that lineup I just riddled off, pretty damn good, yeah? 100%. So with that being said, guys, to give Brock a little bit of an intro, and I'm sure he'll... Brock, if you could, fill in any of the gaps with your resume. Guys, I know that Brock was someone who also started doing this as a very casual thing. He went out, he sold, I think, around 50K his very first summer. I think he sold it active, made the move to GreenX, and a summer or two later was like, okay, I'm gonna do good at this thing. And I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna work my butt off, and then I'm gonna come back to Utah and enjoy my life. Very quickly, he was able to go out and sell 500K in a summer. And I believe he did 500 accounts multiple times. And then year one at Grit, something totally changed. Hopefully he'll shed some light on this. But guys, that year Brock went out and sold 1,000 accounts. I don't believe that we've even had, 15 people in the history of Grit ever go out and sell 1,000. And in year one of us being in business, Brock went out and did it in a pretty fashionable way. After that, he went to Chicago, won another Golden Door. The year after that, he went to Louisville, and he sold $1.3 million in revenue. Let me repeat, $1.3 million of revenue. Can I get some noise? Let's hear it for that. Something else that I also know about that summer is Brock sold nearly a third of his production after 8 o'clock at night throughout the entire summer. He sold almost a third of his production after 8 o'clock at night. And so when it comes to mindset, mentality, when you're getting that many deals, he sold 300 or 400K after 8 o'clock at night over the course of 120, 130 days. Do you guys think that the pitch is going to get you the results that late in the night? No, it's going to be your mindset, your mentality, your excitement level, right? You're out knocking in the pouring rain and you're getting deals at 9:25. And so, don't even end the resume early. Year after that, went to Denver, managed a team. You didn't sell a full summer that year. Had his baby girl. And then last year he went out and absolutely led from the front in Seattle. He went out and sold over 800K, did another Golden Door. So Brock's a 5-time Golden Door winner, guys. Another thing, he's speaking at Door-to-Door Con. If you're going to Door-to-Door Con, he's on the PES panel. That people are paying thousands and thousands of dollars to go and listen to this guy, right? So tonight, I could not be more excited to hear from him. Really quick, should have gone over this before. Other housekeeping stuff. Today we sent out a form in the announcements for those of you guys that have sold over 250K. You'll qualify to be in our Elite Sellers Training or attend our Elite Sellers Training. That's ran by a list of Golden Door guys as well, and that's a little bit more vet catered. That'll be on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. The form was sent out in Slack. Please fill it out, and you'll be enrolled into the chat, which will have all the instructions for when those meeting times are. Any questions about that? Okay, and then last piece of Grit housekeeping, guys. Something dropped this morning, a day ago. I know that you guys, you know him and you love him, and he's sitting up here in the front. I don't know if Easton's here, but guys, Garth and Easton just dropped another episode of The Landing Pad. Let's make some noise if you're excited to listen to that. Give it a listen either tonight or tomorrow morning. You don't want to miss it, and I'm excited for them to launch this next season. So before we hear from Brock, let's do this raffle. I'm going to have Garth come up and be my model for this specialized grit piece. It's pretty dope. I think we got a Carhartt grit jacket. And then, like I said, we got these AirPod Maxes that don't have the Apple stickers on them. They got your Always Organic by the Grit Creative team. So there's been some gritified stuff done to these AirPod Maxes. I'm sure they're pretty dope.
Try it on.
How's it look?
Well, you look better on.
He looks okay, but the jacket is absolutely dope. Make some noise for that, huh? Pretty sick. Okay, let's get into this raffle. Mark, if we could get a little bit of background music, that would be chill. And then, Garth, I'm going to have you draw.
Yeah. All right, for the jacket. Let's mix it up, mix it up.
I don't need any cheaters, right? Hold it above your head. Okay, this is for the first piece. This is for the Carhartt jacket.
All right, we got Sam Shemin? I have no idea.
Sam Shemin, where you at? What do we think it says?
What does that say? Sam?
If your name is Sam and you're in the crowd, raise your hand. How many Sams we got here?
What?
We got, shut the heck up. We got one back here or no? We'll redraw. What's your name?
Redraw.
What's your last name?
No, there's like a bunch of, it's like a, yes, Sterling.
Okay, we got a winner. Let's make some noise. We're going to help him work on his handwriting, but that's okay. That's what Grit Bootcamp does. It makes you better. Okay.
Keep your lucky ticket so everyone knows that. I know how to read.
Okay, for the AirPod Maxes.
Put them up. Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. Can we get a crowd drum roll?
All right, we got Porter Johnston.
Come on. Come on down. Okay. Okay, guys, without further ado, I've given you guys a little bit of context and resume about Brock. The last thing I'm going to say about him, guys, the reason why I know this training is going to be so good tonight is Brock is truly, truly, truly one of our most empowered and spiritual leaders that I have ever worked with. Like, I can accredit I think the majority of his success comes from what is right here. It literally comes from the heart. It's not that he is so much different than everyone else or he's so much more talented. Like, he has an amazing and a massive, massive, massive heart. I've been around few leaders that lead like he does, who will go out and bleed and sweat and cry for his people. Guys, there's truly no one better that we can learn from to kick off this group Grit boot camp. So, without further ado, let's make some noise for one of the GOATs, Brock Grieve.
All right, Drew, I'll send you the Venmo for saying all that nice stuff. Let's see. Guys, give yourselves a round of applause for being here. I'm serious. Give yourself a round of applause for being here. I'm way grateful that I get to kick off these trainings. I want you guys to know I put a ton of thought, time, and effort into this. Took a ton of time to prepare. And there's going to be like a really high standard of excellence. You guys will notice these trainings are going to be like totally lights out. What I would ask is that you guys are totally present and totally here, not for me, but for yourself. You will get like tons of takeaways from this. Little advice, I would be taking notes, but if you're going to do it on your phone, which I'm sure most of you guys will, I actually think doing it on your phone is great. You know, put that phone in, do not disturb, don't get distracted by anything coming through. On my phone, what I did, this is a pro tip, at all the trainings that I went to when I was first getting good at this, I would come to these trainings with, and I would keep everything on the same note. I wouldn't want to like go and travel through my notes and try to like find stuff. I really liked having it all on one note. So, for those of you that are new, if you have a notebook for paper and pen, that's great. If you're going on your phone, pull out your phone right now and label a note grit. And I kept the same note for 4 years. What's funny, I just went and looked at it. I would like just write the date. So like I would just like write the date, write my notes from that meeting, and then I would just like double enter, get a couple paragraphs below, write a new date for a new meeting. What's funny is the very first person who spoke on that, it says, freaking November 2019, Mason Bodie, who we just actually brought back over. He was on my grit note, even though that it was at Greenix at the time for a long time, and so that's kind of funny. So guys, these trainings are going to be really good. I want to give you guys a little insight to something that's kind of spooky, though. These trainings will do totally nothing for you. These will do totally nothing for you. This is going to be a bunch of presentation. It's going to go in one ear and out the other if you let it. Where this gets really good is when you come to these with this question in mind. Okay, so if you have your note on your phone, maybe you're labeling it grit. You're giving it today's date. You're saying, first company training. And I think when you come to most trainings, you should have this question at the top of your note, and it should say, and the question should be, so how does this change my behavior? And that is what is truly going to help you learn, grow, and develop, is when you take information, but then you go and you apply it. You practice, you exercise, right? It's like, how many of you guys got in way good shape watching YouTube videos of workouts? It's the same thing here, guys. This is going to be a YouTube video. It's going to give you information that will change your life if you actually go out and practice and apply. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. My background, been doing this for a few years, never sold adaptive. I started at Greenix, I did 50K as a rookie. what's really cool is I had to learn what it was like to get better and to develop and to change. And this is something that probably will be more impactful than any of like this stuff that I'm going to talk about, guys. Greatness and becoming excellent and creating a high standard for yourself is totally, totally, totally intentional, and it's not an accident, right? When I think about like the great ball organizations, I think about like maybe Alabama Roll Tide underneath like Nick Saban. Those guys were so dominant. That greatness was totally intentional, right? It wasn't just because he was recruiting the top talent, but it was because he had a system and he knew how to create winners out of really good recruits. It was not like, oh, cool, this like five-star recruit gets on campus and then they're like, cool, go run some drills. Here's the playbook. We've got a game in 3 months. We'll see you there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Saban had the socks picked out for his recruits when they got on campus, the meal plan, when they should be sleeping. I wouldn't be surprised if he told them what girls they could hang out with. Because greatness is totally intentional. And so if you guys can go into these trainings, not just this one, but every single training moving forward with the idea of I can become great if I learn and if I apply and if I change, then that is where these will become special, okay? So what I would encourage you to do is don't just show up because your manager is forcing you to. Don't be here if you don't want to be here. If you're going to be on your phone, please, like, you're welcome to go out, right? Be here and actually be here. Does that make sense? Is that a fair ask? Awesome. Okay, guys, so raise your hand if you're a rookie. Woo! Give it up for our rookies. Come on. Way to be here. Way to be here. So, guys, this is the sales process. You're going to do this on tons and tons of doors, 100 to 150 doors every single day for 4 to 5 to 6 months straight. You start with the intro, which is like the first 10 seconds of the pitch. The second part of the pitch is kind of where the selling starts. That's where you're creating a need and then you're meeting the need. The program is when you're giving people like the terms and conditions of what they're signing up for. Price is when you show them how much it's going to cost. And then close is when you ask them to buy. Then they're going to tell you no, and then you're going to negotiate with them. And you're going to do that over and over and over and over and over again. So that is the full thing, guys. That is the full pitch. What we're going to talk about today is shield number one, okay? Shield number one, the intro of the pitch. So I got a question for rookies. Rookies, what do you think? Let me see. Let's go to the next slide, Mark. Guys, what is the purpose of the intro? What is the purpose of the intro? Let's go right here. Here, just talk loud and then I'll repeat what you say because I don't want to throw a mic at you. Okay, he says the purpose of the intro is to introduce yourself and state the reason why you're there. Awesome. Who else has an idea of what the intro is? Okay, cool. You are the cover of the book, right? You're kind of like the introduction to what it is. Cool, I like that. Red shirt in the back. Say that. To get into the service. I like that. Who's your manager? Farrell. Farrell, have you been teaching this guy stuff? Is Farrell not here? It's embarrassing for Farrell. Let's go to the next slide. Who here watches football? Okay. Some great football has been going down. The Natty, the Rams, who are about to get killed by the Seahawks. Sadly, I wish they wouldn't, but they will. Let's live in reality. So, guys, the title of this training is called Move the Chains, okay? In football, I'm sure you guys all know this, you have to get 10 yards in 4 downs. When you get 10 yards and 4 downs, what happens? What do you get? 4 more downs. A down means try. And so great offenses take the field little chunks at a time. Great offenses focus on getting a few yards at a time. They don't throw Hail Mary bombs trying to get into the end zone on every single play. And by getting a few yards per play, they consistently get 4 more downs, and that's how they score points. So the purpose of the intro, guys, just like my friend in the red shirt in the back, if I was Todd Peterson, I'd give you like 20 grand, but I'm not. The purpose of the intro is the exact same, guys. The purpose of the intro is just to move the chains. Okay, move the chains is like the slang word for you getting a new set of fresh downs. The whole purpose of the intro is to literally get into the service. So, there are 3 components to this that we're going to break down, and we're going to spend about 10 minutes on each component. Component number 1, guys, is you need to know your playbook, and you need to stick to your playbook. Okay? What is the playbook? The pitch. The pitch is your playbook, okay? So you can't just go out and knock on the doors and shoot from the hip, right? That would be like a football team shows up, and they don't have a playbook, and they're just like, all right, hand me the ball. Like the backyard football. Who's done backyard football where it's just the quarterback, everyone's running, zigzagging, quarterback throws it, right? It's fun. I don't think NFL teams operate that way. They have a strategy, right? They do a lot of prep. They investigate their customer, not their customer, they investigate their opponent, and they create like this playbook, guys. While I'm going through this, I'm going to set, and I'm going to talk about what a lot of rookies do wrong. Rookies try to create their own playbook rather than trusting the playbook that like Drew Hansen, Zach Seeger, Skylar Griffin, and Parker wrote. We've had 100 Golden Door Award winners since starting this company, guys. I would just say what like all the Golden Doors say, and they all kind of say the same thing at the first part of the pitch. So don't go out and like try to like reinvent like that really standard, basic, easy to memorize rookie pitch that we're going to break down right now. It was created by the best, and it works. A massive mistake that rookies make in the intro is they think that the intro is what's going to create buying temperature. Buying temperature means, oh, the customer is starting to actually want what you're selling. The intro doesn't do that, guys. The intro is not supposed to help you sell. And so if you're going out with this mentality of, okay, within the first 10 seconds of the pitch, that's how I'm going to like sell someone. The whole intro is designed to just buy you another 4 downs. And so you don't have to like say like the sauce in this intro and make it really long to get a deal. And especially when you guys are out knocking, you're going to start to actually experience this, and you're going to be on the doors, and you're going to be on like your 20th door, and you're going to say, oh, this neighborhood is a little bit different, so I'm going to start talking a ton about like wasp pheromones in my intro before they can ever tell me no, and I'm going to talk really fast, and that's what's going to get them interested. No, it's not. Stick to the playbook. Stick to the pitch. You guys follow me? Okay. So mastering component 1, guys, is exactly how a football team masters their own playbook. They memorize it, and they practice, practice, practice. Right? They practice, practice, practice. Raise your hand if you played football. Okay? Raise your hand if you played collegiate football. Anyone in here? I saw you in the front row, Zach. I just wanted to give you a shout out. That's dope. He played collegiate football. Zach Kinzel, that's dope. All right, yeah. So guys, why do football teams practice and practice and practice? Why don't they just memorize the playbook? Why do they practice? Anyone have an idea? Gray shirt in the back. One more time. To get better at it, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to make another sports analogy. Raise your hand if you've ever shot a basketball before. What's more important when it comes to shooting a basketball? Your like specific form and following the YouTube video exactly, or touch and feel? What's more important? Touch and feel. Raise your hand if you've putted with a golf ball before. It's all touch and all feel. How do you get touch and feel? Doing it. Repetition. Okay? But also, when it comes to selling, you can't develop touch and feel if you don't even have it memorized. If you're saying a different intro every time you practice, you're not going to be able to actually develop that muscle, right? Sales is literally a muscle. It's just like developing a muscle. It's just like learning how to shoot free throws, dribble with your left hand, putt, drive, everything. It's feel. Sales is feel. Sales is touch. Does that make sense? Vets, are you following me? Rookies, are you following me? So, like I said, these trainings are going to do nothing for you. From what we've talked about so far, what's like an action item that's maybe popping up in your head, rookies, of like, oh, okay, this is an action item I'm going to do that's actually going to help me go out and make money this summer. Rookies, raise your hand. Right here, front row. Say it to the mic.
Practice, practice, practice.
All right, give them a round of applause. 10 grand to you. Okay. So we're going to start this, and I'm going to teach you guys how to practice, okay? Let's go to next slide. Okay, guys, this is the playbook. This is how the intro goes. This is the words, okay? This is component number 1 of an intro. You have to know what to say. The way you know what to say is what? Memorize and practice. Okay, number 1, icebreaker. That's how you're going to start every single pitch. What is an icebreaker? It's when you just kind of introduce yourself and you get the conversation going. You know, a little like, hey, how's it going? Hey, I like your truck. Hey, you got a nice house. But something along the lines of just like, you don't want them to just open the door and then you launch into, hey, I work for the neighbors and I'm doing pest control. That's weird, right? So you have this little icebreaker just to kind of like make it start to feel a little bit like a more normal conversation. That's what an icebreaker is. Hey, how's it going? Hey, I like your shirt. Hey, maybe you've seen us up and about. Hey, how's your day? You know, something like that. What's funny is then oftentimes they'll say, good, how are you? And rookies are so nervous because they didn't practice a lot that they won't even answer. The customer will say, I'm good, how are you? And you'll go, so I work for a lot of your neighbors, and you don't even answer the question. That's like a problem. Okay, number 2, bandwagon. Bandwagon is when you create credibility around who you are and what you're doing. You say something along the lines of, hey, my trucks are out here in the area. I work for your neighbors, the Johnsons, the Millers, the Roses. The reason that you have bandwagon and credibility is it is one of the most powerful, it's one of the most powerful principles of sales. If someone went and knocked on your door and you didn't know who they were, then you're automatically going to have walls up, right? Every single door that you knock on, there will be walls up. The quickest and easiest way to bring those walls down is by saying good, legitimate customers that are in the neighborhood that you're working. And so that's how it's going to go. You're going to be working in a neighborhood. There's going to be 2 to 3 customers or more in every single neighborhood. And your job is to knock on the door and tell them, basically right off the bat, after your icebreaker, a ton of the customers that you're working with in the neighborhood. What that's going to do is it's going to break the wall down. If you can't break a wall down, then it doesn't matter how good your presentation of your product is because the wall's up. Does that make sense? Bandwagon breaks down walls. And then you just kind of do your big reveal, why you're there. You say, we're taking care of the pest control. You usually say that after you've bandwagoned because, once again, bandwagon is more powerful than anything. So by bandwagoning, people create this curiosity, and then you tell them pest control. And then you're going to ask a transition question. Everyone that we've done today had a company, and a few people didn't have a company yet. Do you guys have someone or not yet? The reason that that is the transition question that we use is because it makes the buyer feel like they are qualified, okay? I want you to remember this. There's 2 types of people in this world. People who have pest control companies and people who don't have pest control companies. We sell to both of them. So when you say, hey, I'm working for all these neighbors, I'm doing pest control, a lot of them had a company and they switched over and signed up with us. A lot of them didn't have a company, but they still signed up with us. What happens in the customer's mind is they say, okay, this is a product that I'm qualified to buy. My neighbors trusted it. So, okay, fine. Let's move the chains. I'll give you another 4 downs. And now let's get into the service. There's usually going to be 3 responses to the question. Response number 1, they'll say, yeah, we have a company. Response number 2, they'll say, no, we don't have a company. And response number 3, they're going to give you an objection or a smoke screen, some defense to try to get rid of you. And we're going to talk about that. But the reason it's so important to ask a transition question is that's like the directions. It tells you where you need to go. It's going to tell you exactly what your next steps are. If they say, hey, I have a company, cool. You can go into your switch over sales pitch. If they say a smoke screen, cool. You can go through your resolve through the smoke screen and move into the next portion, which we'll talk about here in a minute. So this is the sales pitch. How's it going? So this is what I would memorize and then practice over and over and over again. How's it going? I'm Brock with Mira. You're going to see my trucks out here today. Typo. I work for a bunch of your neighbors. The closest to you would be the Roses. We do the pest control for them. Most people I've done today had a company before upgrading to us. A few didn't. Do you guys have a company or not yet? Okay, so that's the playbook, guys. You should be out saying that exact thing 150 doors every single time. Stick to the playbook, stick to what works. So what we're going to do is we're going to start this by practicing. I want everyone here to stand up and say the intro 10 times to yourself right now. Stand up. We'll give everyone 2 minutes. It's up here on the board. Spam this. How many times you done? 10? You done 10? Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So, yeah, let's do it. Okay, so the question was, okay, say that you're out there and every door after door after door, you keep getting the same response and you keep getting shut down. So at that point, should you start to change it? The answer is no. The answer is no. This is the playbook. This is what works, and this is what will give you the highest likelihood of succeeding, is sticking to what works. Sales is a numbers game. If your close ratio is 1 out of 50, you have to get told 50 times. You have to get told no 50 times, and then on the 51st is when you get your sale. Say that you go 50 in a row, and then on door 51 you change it. Are you going to get that sale? No. By following this, it allows you to cast the widest net. It allows you to have the widest funnel. And that is what is going to get you the most deals day after day after day, is by sticking to a system that works and that is going to give you the best results. It's the system that gives you the results. Really, really good question. Okay, so from what we've talked about so far, what action items do you guys feel like you have? What are things that are gonna? Is it because now that you've sat here in the training, you're good to go? You got you're good to go. You're ready to go rip. You're gonna crush through. You're gonna be able to go move the chains. No, okay. Someone talk to me. What are your actions? Green sweatshirt. Okay. Keep practicing. Okay. Gray sweatshirt. Sorry, memorize the playbook, which is the script. Another one. Same thing. Okay. I wrote a couple up here so that you guys can see it. So, memorize the pitch. Raise your hand if you've done Grit U. Awesome. New one's coming out. Everyone's going to be required to do it next week. As soon as that drops, I would be running it back through that. You're going to be required to do it anyways. I would do it ASAP. This is a big one, guys. Say your pitch out loud multiple times per day. Per day. Why is it important to say it out loud? Why is it important to say it out loud? Builds muscle memory. Guys, saying it in your head is so different. Like translating from all of your thoughts to it actually coming off the tongue, totally different. Totally different. Do we have any Golden Door winners in here? Cool. Talk to me about the shower, guys. What was the shower for you? Zach?
For me, it was just time to listen to my either affirmations or my pitch, because I think about it like the gym. If you're thinking about doing bicep curls, your biceps aren't growing. But if you're actually doing bicep curls, your biceps are growing.
For sure. There's a lot of Golden Doors that I'm friends with here. Every single Golden Door that I know has ran the pitch during the shower. I don't know why. Something about the shower. It's a special place. Driving. Like writing it on your mirror while you brush your teeth. Well, you'll probably have a harder time saying it out loud while you're brushing your teeth. Something you could do is you could record you saying the pitch. You could listen back to it and be like, oh, shoot, I thought that sounded great. That sounded super weird, right? And you'll actually start to discover that. In fact, I'm going to call on Dallin. Dallin was Rookie of the Year. Dallin is greatest rookie of all time, I think. I mean, he sold 750, had really good retention, stepped after step, made something to the tune of 400, something more than that, 1,000 pocketed. Dallin, come up here. Talk to me about memorizing, training. Guys, this is going to be so valuable. Like, this is the top rookie to ever exist. He's going to tell you exactly what he did in regards to component number one.
Yeah, so I was training like probably 2 to 4 times per day for like 4 to 5 months leading up to when I went out and knocked my first door. And then that was just like the one-on-ones, like an hour each. And then I was going through Grit University like over and over again. I wrote down like all these guys, like their full pitch was on Grit University. So I like write them all down and just read them and just say them like over and over and over again. I worked at a retail shop, and so I was like pitching my coworkers. It was like the most awkward thing, but just like anything I could do to like just like practice with people. And just like obsessed, and then watching. I was living in Cedar City, so when they were doing these weekly trainings, I was on the YouTube like live stream every week, and then like rewatching those, and just like obsessed and couldn't get enough. So it was kind of insane.
All right, give it up for Dallin. Let's go. So guys, is that you should feel so empowered. You should feel so empowered. Because that's something you can control. You can't control if you're tall, short, male, female, right? You can't control your skin color. You can't control if you feel socially awkward or not. What can you control? You can control your work ethic. That's why this job is so special. You are the captain of your ship, right? The reason that Dallin succeeded, I mean, Dallin's dope, but he just worked hard before the summer started, right? And so you should feel really empowered, and you should say, okay, you know what? If I'm going to hit my goals, all I got to do is do what Dallin did. And then train weekly with your manager. If you're a manager in here, take responsibility that you're training your reps. More importantly, if you're a rookie or a vet in here, take responsibility that you're training with your manager. Don't wait for your manager to hit you up. Hit him up. Train with him. Book on his calendar. Get it going. It's time. And then that way you don't have to cram study. You literally just come to this training and you spend time doing it every single day. It's going to get exactly where you need to be. In our office this year, Kyle Ring, Zach Rose, and myself ran the Seattle squad. Our earnings per rookie average, at the Grit, it was extremely high. $39,000 average earnings per rookie this year. In Seattle, ours was $51,000 in earnings, $51K. And a lot of that obviously comes because we run like a dialed system while we're out there. But guys, like these rookies, I mean, Zach and Kyle, these rookies came out and they had the full pitch memorized. They could negotiate. I got to give Austin Seedick some flowers. His rookies killed it. They could negotiate. They could do the whole pitch. So my pro tip to you is become A+ at getting through the pitch, smoke screens, and negotiating for 3 rounds. If you are a rookie and you do that, your odds of succeeding will be way, way, way higher. So this is the second component. It's the mentality and it's the body language. The chains or the playbook isn't going to move the chains for you, okay? The script isn't going to move the chains for you. When you line up and you're going against the defense, right? Like, you can't just say, cool, like, I got the playbook, so, like, we're going to be good. You actually have to go out and you got to have this kind of, like, dog-like mentality. And so, guys, point number 1, the whole memorizing part, like, I hope you're sitting there, and maybe for a second there you said, cool, if I just memorize the pitch, like Brock said, I'm going to be chill. No. You will get chewed up and spit out if you think that's all that this is. Memorizing the pitch will get you, it's an important component because you can't do the rest of this until it's done. It's the foundation, but the foundation is not the house, right? There's so many other components. Memorizing the pitch and practicing every day is the easiest part about this job. And if all you do is go out and memorize and practice, you will probably not finish the summer. You have to have this. You have to have this. You have to have this. This is 90% of it. Yeah. Yeah. So he says, over my years managing, leading, and recruiting, how many times have I seen guys have present to me the sauciest, best pitch as if they were a Golden Door rep themselves, but then they get out in the summer and they don't even make it a week. Dude, honestly, most. Sometimes guys are so confident in their pitch that they feel entitled that like they're going to get out there and they're going to win. I would way rather take a rep whose pitch is like, it's still got to be there, but who is like a dog, and he will be way more successful at this. You got to be a dog. So guys, when you've played sports, right, and you've thought about it, like think about this mentality, right? Has anyone ever heard an interview from like Kobe Bryant? Has anyone ever read like a Tim Grover book? Has anyone ever watched, I'm into these Mike Tyson quotes right now. Anyone watch Mike Tyson? I mean, he talks about how he craves violence. Like he craves violence when he's in the ring. Like he talks about, I don't want to beat this guy. I want to humiliate him in front of his family. Like, he says stuff that I'm like, oh, yeah, right? And so, guys, there's this thing, this it factor that's almost hard to explain, and it's this hunger to win. And it's this belief, and it's this confidence that, yeah, this customer is trying to sell me why he doesn't need my pest control, and I am not going to let him win. right? This is a job of sell or be sold. Every interaction, every intro, every objection, they either sell you on why you got to get off their door, or you sell them on why they need the product. That's every single door, 150 of them. So guys, your mentality is so important, okay? So I've broken down a few aspects, and I'll just go one-to-one, or one by one. Focus. Guys, this job is going to require every type of, every thought that you have during the day needs to be focused in one direction. My reps have heard me say this a million times. What's the difference between a flashlight and a laser? A flashlight sends its beams like this. A laser sends its beams like this. One focal point, right? There's one focal point. Guys, the way that your brain works, your brain cannot be empty space. It has to be filled. It is always thinking. And so if you're going out through the day and you have your phone and you're scrolling between doors, you will suck. If you're listening to music in AirPods, you will suck, right? If you are doing anything other than thinking, okay, cool, I got to walk with pace, wasp nest up here, little ant pile, knock on the door, remember my bandwagon, the Johnsons live right across the street, cool, I'm a fucking killer, I'm going to kill this door, let's go, I know I'm going to sell this person because I'm him. How is that different than this? Ding dong. Oh, right? How is that different? Like, what gives you better odds? So, guys, this is such a big takeaway. Please commit now to when you are on the doors, you are on the doors, and you are focused, and you are focused. Okay? Guys, in order to do that, you have to have energy, right? It is mentally exhausting. So let's talk about this. How do you get energy? Raise your hand. Caffeine and Zins, that's all you need, boys. No, just kidding. Just kidding. What is it? Noah? Okay, a good morning routine will totally invigorate you. Sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Raise your hand if your nightly routine is TikTok or Instagram or a screen. Guys, if you guys all want to sell way better, break that habit today so you don't have to break it in the summer because you're killing your sleep. You're killing your sleep and you're killing your energy. You're killing your energy. And the pitch isn't going to sell. It's your energy, it's your focus, it's your confidence. And if you put all of that rot in your head before you go to bed, you're going to wake up rotted. And then you wake up in the morning and you get back on your rot, and then you're going to rot, and then you're going to go spread rot all over the neighborhood. Okay? Please, please, please get off the rot. Stop. It's killing you. It's killing you. It's killing everything in your life, but it's also going to kill you in the summer. It's going to kill you. It's going to kill you. Unless it's Clash of Clans for Kyle Ring. But just kidding. He would have done better if he didn't. Maybe would have hit that golden door a little bit quicker, like I did, without Clash of Clans. All right. So let's talk about more energy, guys. You can also portray energy on the doors. This is so important. So when you're hitting that intro and you're like kind of like sagging shoulders, and this is how you sound. Hey, what's up? I'm Brock Lemire. I'm working for your neighbors. Right? It's like they can't even hear you, and it's just not exciting. But if it's like you wake up and this is it. Cool. Woke up in the morning, ran a morning routine, hit a cold shower, studied my pitch, ate a healthy breakfast, eggs, fruit, oatmeal, Greek yogurt, high protein. Cool. What does that do instead of ripping that either no breakfast or ripping some Lucky Charms in the morning? What's going to be different energy-wise? You're going to be sustained all day. Guys, have you ever been outside at 4 p.m. in Texas? Heat is draining. You have to have energy, right? If you have, before even the morning meeting, you have a healthy breakfast, a bunch of water, an energy drink if you so choose, another energy drink right after, and then a bunch of really good healthy vegetables and protein for lunch, what is going to happen to your energy? It's going to be way easier to make your door look like this. Hey, what's up, man? I'm Brock. Nice to meet you. Dude, so you probably heard I was going to stop by. You're going to see my trucks all out here today. I know you know the Johnsons, the Millers. You probably know Paul right next door. Anyways, you probably heard about us. I'm doing everyone's pest control. Now, how is that different? How is that different? What's going to sell? What is going to sell is your energy, right? It's the same words. It's different energy. Confidence and belief. Guys, some reps, I can go drop in a neighborhood, and they'll sell 0 to 1 accounts. And then I can go drop a different rep that has confidence and believes in himself in that neighborhood, and he'll sell 10. What's the difference? Say that you go out and you knock a bunch of doors, and you get told no over and over and over again. If you're a negative thinker, you're going to start to assume that the next door is totally correlated to the last door. We call it putting rocks in your backpack. What happens if you put every door you put a new rock in your backpack? What's going to happen to the weight of that backpack? It's going to get heavier and heavier and heavier. So in sales terms, that's you let these rejections, these little no's become rocks. And you say, okay, the first 10 doors all said no. The next 10 doors all said no. And now your belief is totally impacted. And you knock on a door who could be swarmed with ants in their kitchen, totally a lay down. But because you didn't believe in yourself, you didn't have confidence, your pitch is like this. Hey, I'm Brock. I work for the Taylors, the Johnsons, right? It's like now because you did not have belief, you did not have confidence, you did not have energy, you totally blow it on what could have been your sale. Vets, talk to me about this. Raise your hand if you're a vet and you actually have like a real experience of when you had a bad day because you chose to put rocks in your backpack. Zach Wade, you got an experience? Or is it real? You don't have to talk, but that's real, guys. Like, that is real. Okay, last, body language. Here's your crash course on body language. You'll go into this with your managers as well. You can appear to be confident by keeping your chest up and your shoulders back. When you knock on the door, you want to look really present, so you're not wearing AirPods, okay? You're not talking to people on the phone. Like, I've literally seen videos of people wear AirPods, knock on the door, they're on like a phone call, and they're like, through the Ring doorbell, they're saying like, yeah, dude, this neighborhood fucking sucks. I just talked to this B word. And like in the Ring doorbell, there's like footage of this. I have another Ring doorbell footage of one of my reps, knocked on a door, turns around, shoves his hand down his pants, looks like literally looks into the car window like he's a dang burglar. Like, okay, if that's what you look like, if that's your body language, are you gonna like, you're gonna get kicked out of the neighborhood. Like you are gonna inherit a bagel that day. So, no wrinkly shirts. You gotta smell good. Shower. I shower twice a day. You should shower at least every day. That is a rule. You're showering every day. You're brushing your teeth twice a day. You do not just take your sweaty shirt off, throw it on the floor, let it develop wrinkles, step on it, throw your hot dog on it, have a mustard-stained shirt, show up and expect that it's gonna go well. You guys are laughing. Managers, 20% of rookies these days are showing up and thinking that's okay. Don't wear a backpack, that's sketchy, right? Don't wear a backpack, that's sketchy. Don't wear sunglasses. Guys, communication is not done by your words, it's done by your eyes. That's where you communicate. Why the heck would you want to cover your eyes? Okay? P-dance, right? You guys, you knock on the door and you're just shuffling. Hey, what's up? I'm Brock. Maybe some shifty eyes. I'm Brock. Doing some neighbors, right? It's like, you're laughing. Managers are like, yeah, this is like literally rookie's first week, okay? So what's different is you want to be planted. You want to knock on the door. Rookies will literally knock on the door and they'll stand right on the door. That's weird. Knock on the door, take a few steps back, stay planted, look professional, look down at your iPad. Yeah, I just signed up 15 of the neighbors. I'm confident. I'm ready to go. They answer. Your chest is up. You're smiling. You're locked eye contact because that's how they know you're a person, not a robot. You make eye contact with them. You smile. You're genuinely. It's easier to smile when you're genuinely happy, not when you're faking to be happy. So hopefully you're doing that whole good morning routine. You're not sad. You're not sad boy walking around sucking. And you actually like come to the door and you have a ton of energy. Okay, are you guys starting to like actually like understand this? You guys actually starting to understand this? Okay, so this one time I was at 0 deals. I was at 0 deals and it was 6 p.m. This was in 2022 in Chicago. It was 6 p.m., so I had like, for me, I had a lot of hours. For most people that don't work as late as I do, only had like an hour left. Don't be that guy. Work late. It's way easier to sell when you work late. And I was just sticking to these first two components. I'm like, cool, I'm at 0 deals. It's 6 o'clock already. And then what happens? I stick to my components. I hit every door with the same energy as if it's my first door, as if I had sold the last 10 people. And what happens between 6 and 7? What do you think? How many do you think I sold? 0. Then 7 rolls around, and I'm at 0. Then 7:30 hits, and I get my first deal. And then I finish with 8. And that is the power of staying consistent, sticking to the playbook, having a good mentality, and just being a dog and a winner. And so, guys, you have to start getting good at callousing your brain and having mental resistance, and being able to get through resistance points. So let's go to the next slide and start talking about how we can actually start developing like this dog mentality, this winner's mentality. What can you do today to increase your confidence and belief in yourself and your ability to do the job? What can you do today to start building up this dog of a mentality? Sorry? Say it in here.
Hard shit.
Yeah, guys, doing hard things. What that does is it starts to develop like a callus on your brain, right? Who's had a callus on their hand before? It's awesome, right? You start doing pull-ups, you tear your skin, maybe it hurts. But then you get a callus, and now you do pull-ups and you don't get skin tears anymore. You start doing hard things today. When the summer comes, you already have a callus, so it doesn't hurt that bad. Does that make sense? What else? Totally. Your brain is literally just a compilation of what you do. And so Drew said what you do actually matters over the next few months. Totally. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Awesome. What else, guys? What else is going to make you super confident in the job? Positive affirmations. I love that. What is a positive affirmation? It's when you recite the outcome that you want. It's when you hype yourself up. Right, Zach Seeger's the king of this. His year that I think his first year he sold 1,000 accounts, or it might have been the year he sold 1.5 million. He would tell himself every single day, I sold 1.5 million. He would say it as if it already happened. He would tell himself, I'm the best sales rep ever. If you start having that type of self-talk, how is that different than, oh, I don't know if I can do it. I'm scared. I might not prepare enough. What if I fail? Don't talk like that to yourself. You're going to be fine. This job's not that bad. You're going to win. You're capable. You're a winner. Keeping commitments builds confidence. Keeping commitments builds confidence. I love that. I wrote down a few. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, do hard things. Okay, the second thing that I think would build confidence is you got to know your stuff. Tyler Jarvis here raised his hand earlier. Like, Jarvis had the whole pitch down. He had a 30K week as a rookie, which is crazy. But, like, he knew his stuff. Like, he was ready to go. He was so confident. Like, if you have the whole pitch memorized and you know how to negotiate and you know how to rack and you know how to get through smoke screens, like, if you know your stuff, if you know the product, if you know, like, what the customer reviews are, like, if you prepare, you're going to be ready. Read sales books. These are the ones that I would recommend. Door-to-Door Millionaire, Sell or Be Sold, Extreme Ownership, and Winning by Tim Grover. The Make Your Bed Principle. Guys, who's going to know if you make your bed? Nobody. Nobody's going to go in your room. Nobody's going to know if you make your bed. The Make Your Bed Principle means that you keep small commitments to yourself, and that builds confidence and that builds discipline. So finding little things in life, little commitments that you can keep. So next exercise we're going to do, guys, I want everyone to pull out their phones, and I want you to write down 10 little commitments that will help you to start to build component number 2, which is a strong mental. Write down 10 things, 10 little commitments that you're going to start doing. Be creative. Think about books. Think about trainings. Think about doing hard things. Think about running. Think about cold plunges. Think about your phone, TikTok, right? Think about all this stuff. Who wants to share some to spark some creativity? Who wants to share some to spark some creativity? Over here.
I said I'm gonna start running and push myself hard enough to feel the desire to quit, and then just keep going.
I love that. I love that. Anyone else want to share one?
Like make more interactions like that I don't want to make. Just
Make yourself socially uncomfortable. Okay, let's hear one more in the back. Being consistent in anything good, Ryan Winfrey says, who was also a Golden Door rookie. Very cool. Okay. So guys, the last principle here, and we're luckily we get to go through this one really quick because there's going to be a whole training on this. The last principle, the last component of moving the chains is to expect resistance, to get through the smoke. Every first down comes by getting through a defense that's pushing back at you. So even if you give a perfect pitch with the best mentality and body language, you will still have a hard-hitting defense trying to get rid of you. So if you think, cool, I'm like way mentally tough, I'm ready to go, and also I have my pitch perfect, my manager really loves it, so I'm going to be ready to go, and then you're going to knock on your door, they're still going to punt you. Like, they're still going to try to get you off their doorstep. They're still going to say, I'm not interested. And so the principle is, guys, you want to do that intro. You want to do that intro, and you want to finish the intro, and you have to want the smoke. You got to want the smoke screen, right? And those are the three components, guys. Those are the three components to moving the chains, is you have to expect it. Why is it different to expect it than to be surprised by it? Oh, you're not interested? Maybe I can share this that would get you interested. Right? That's not going to work. But it's like, if they say, I'm not interested, and you say, perfect, that's actually exactly why I'm here. Like, okay, cool, you're just going to go right through it, right? And you're going to be able to move the chains and get into the next part. So the most common smoke screens, I'm not interested, I already have a company, I don't have a problem, I'm busy. All you're doing, guys, is you're moving the chains. You're just getting into the service. That's it. Getting through smoke screens is not a skill, it's a choice. So all you got to do is you got to smile, make them feel heard, say, awesome, I love that. And then literally just move to the next portion of the pitch. They might interrupt you in the middle of the intro. You might say, yeah, I'm working for the neighbors, and they say, no, we don't do salespeople. You say, oh, perfect, I love that, yeah, I'm happy. So everyone that we've done today had a company, some didn't yet. Do you guys have someone or not yet? No, we don't have a bug problem, we don't need this. Oh, that's perfect, that's actually exactly why I'm here. So since my trucks are out here, we're doing a super discount. It's going to be perfect for you. Up here in the eaves, we actually do, we do three things on the home. We start up here in the eaves, right? You just literally move on. The whole purpose of the intro, or the way you get through smoke screens is you just acknowledge, smile, make them feel heard, then just move on through. It's kind of like catching a football, though. If you try to catch a football with really stiff arms, what's going to happen? It's going to bounce right off. If you try to get through smoke screens just by shoving through, typically you're going to meet resistance and you're not going to catch the ball. So that's why you want to catch the ball first by having soft hands. Right? That's catching the smoke screen, making them feel heard and understood. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. No, I totally get that. That's totally different than being like, yeah, anyways, so let me finish. Right? That's just different, right? You're not going to get anywhere. The walls are going to go up. Okay. So your action from principle number 3, or component number 3, you want to get your pitch smooth, dialed, and approved to be hood ready by your manager. Smooth, dialed, and hood ready. You should be able to call up your manager and be like, hey, I'm hood ready. I'm hood ready. And you give a smooth and dialed pitch. That way you can start mastering smoke screens and objection handling, because you're not ready for smoke screens and objective handling if you don't even have the pitch down. It's just worthless. You can't even get there. Does that make sense? Okay. So guys, in conclusion, what is the purpose of the intro? To get into the service, to move the chains. It's to buy you time. Where do people actually get interested in the sell? It's when you're going through the next portion. It's not the intro. The whole purpose of the intro is just to buy you time, get you another 4 downs. Let's go next slide. There we go. It's to get you a new set of downs and buy you more time. It's to transition you into the service, which is where customers actually gain interest. That's where you get selling. Okay, so guys, what are the 2 most important things you need to do now to master moving the chains? In the back with the glasses? Learn the playbook and practice, practice, practice. Okay? Any more? Any more thoughts? Over here. Get quality repetition. Awesome. Okay? We're missing a big one. Build your confidence and build your mentality. Let's go to the next slide just to make sure that we're right there. Yeah, so guys, number 1, I hope that this is like the actual action that you're going to take from today. You didn't just come to this and expect that you're going to go be good because you sat here and you listened. You're going to go master the playbook. You're going to memorize and practice your pitch so that you can say it without thinking. That's when you become good at sales. Like you guys are all breathing right now, but you haven't thought about it because you're so good at it. That's how my pitch is. That's how Seegers and Drews and all these guys, they can literally, these Golden Door guys, they can say the pitch literally without thinking. Like they could go and put a puzzle together saying the pitch. That's how memorized they have it. That's your goal, is to get it so memorized and so down that you're ready. Then number 2, stick to your mentality commitments. You guys all just wrote down a bunch. The second thing you can do is just stick to your mentality commitments, build this, and you're going to go out and be ready to move the chains. Okay, we're done.
Guys, how about that, huh? Hey, one more time. Let's make some noise for Brock. Really quick, I want to get like so much sauce was dropped tonight. Can I get an amen? Okay, let me get like 3 or 4 takeaways. Let's get 3 or 4 takeaways, something that you took away from the training tonight, right here. Energy is transferable. Guys, sales is a transfer of energy. People buy energy, 100%. Who else? Yeah, right here in the black. Greatness is intentional. You don't mistakenly become great. You have to be intentional. Yeah, right here, Caden. Don't reinvent the wheel. Guys, you could be 50 no's deep. All of a sudden, if you switch it up and you're all over the place, no, like, keep the main thing the main thing. Like, also, you don't have to decide what to say on the door in the intro because you're just saying the same thing every time, right? So there's no decision fatigue. One more takeaway. Green hoodie right here. Do the hard things today so you can do great things tomorrow. Guys, the brain and the mind doesn't start to callous itself. You got to do that, but that starts now. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming out. Next Tuesday night at 7 p.m., we're going to hear from the next GOAT, Zach Seeger. Be here. Don't be late if you want to get into the raffle. We got pizza, which will be in the kitchen. I believe it's back here by the front door. Pizza is in the gym. As always, it's pretty blessed. Guys, thank you for coming out tonight and drive safe. We love you.